there, I'm Jeanette Lane, and I'm here with expert crafter, designer, and TV presenter Dawn Bibby. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Jeanette. How are you?
I'm good. So happy to have you here in the studio, and we just filmed our Facebook Live podcast.
We did, yeah.
You shared some amazing demonstrations, and also we had an amazing giveaway, which you can still enter that giveaway on the CraftStash blog, and that's open until April 14th, which is this Sunday at midnight. So head over there. But Dawn, we had a few questions for you because we didn't get to all of the questions during the broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can you just tell us a little bit, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the question.
Well, I started crafting on television. It'd be 25 years last year.
Amazing.
I know. I studied textiles and fashion in college, and I used to, my first company was actually knitwear design, so I made my own range of clothing. And I used to demonstrate and teach how to use the fabric paints and do appliques, and I used to go all around the UK demonstrating. And it was actually the show that a lady came up to me and said, "You're so good at this, have you ever thought about doing it on TV?"
Wow.
And I said, "No, I haven't." And I don't know who that lady is to this day. And
she gave
me the contact details for QVC. Mm-hmm. And I went back to the company that I was working with at the time, which was Bramwell's, a lovely lady called Alison Park. And I said, "This lady said that I should go on television."
Yeah.
And she said, what do you want to do? And I said, "Well, let's do the Jonestones fabric paints." I was the UK ambassador for these products then. Uh-huh. So I put together kits and selections, and Alison lined up a meeting, and we went down to London and had the meeting. And I didn't know at that point, but straight after they took us on a studio tour, mm-hmm. and they asked me to go back for an audition. And at that point, nobody told us, but if you didn't get on the studio tour, you hadn't got in for the audition.
Oh, okay.
They didn't bother going through the whole thing.
Right.
And I went down for the audition, and Alison's father, Neville Bramwell, a lovely man, said, "Do you know, before long they're going to be asking you to work for them. You're really good at this." And within a few months, QVC said, "Would you do other things for us?"
Oh, wow.
And that's how it catapulted, really. And I had my own craft shop at the time. So all the companies that come in and sold products to me, I would say, "Do you want to work on TV?" Mm-hmm. So I introduced them slowly to QVC. I took all the companies with me, started selecting products, building craft products on TV. And as I say, the rest is history.
Yeah.
So I was there for 18 years at QVC, and then I went to Create & Craft.
Right.
And I was there for a few years, and I left. But now I'm right back at Create & Craft again, so it's gone full circle. And funnily enough, I've gone back to my roots, because over the last 25 years, I've become really well known for paper crafting, obviously for die stamps.
Yeah, that's how I know you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the first products I took on TV were the Jonestones fabric paints, and I did fabric painting.
Oh, got it.
So now I'm going back full circle. I've just, last August I released I released my own range of fabrics, and I'm bringing in all the fabric paints and all the gems and glitters and everything to that.
So exciting.
And I do jewellery, but of course paper crafting is still the great big thing in my life. Yeah, absolutely.
So you obviously have a passion for crafting. It's evident in all your products and all your demonstrations, and you just have a passion for it. But where did that come from? Like, how old were you when you first? Do you remember, like, first crafting?
I remember my mum was a tailoress, so I used to do a lot of knitting and sewing and applique and embroidery, and I always used to do it tapestry. I love tapestry work, but as a little girl, my mum would buy me the kits, and I would do them for my aunties and grandma and all of that.
So cute.
And the first thing I knit, because I'm from Blackburn, I'm from Lancashire. Mm-hmm. My mum, I remember going down onto Blackburn Market with my mum, and she bought some thick dishcloth cotton and we sat. The first thing I knit was a dishcloth. So I got into the habit of knitting dishcloths. So all the relatives got dishcloths, as presents that I knitted.
That's amazing.
And that started my knitting journey. But I used to sit for hours. And one of my earliest memories is being in my sister's kitchen, and I would look at a picture. So and it was Mickey Mouse. I remember it being Mickey Mouse at the time. And I drew Mickey Mouse on a card and coloured it all in. And my sister coming in the kitchen and went, "Oh my God, our Dawn's just drawn that. Look at what she's just drawn." And I didn't think anything of it. Yeah. But obviously, and I was probably, maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years old.
You're just a little one.
Yeah, she couldn't believe. She said, you've just looked at that image and drawn it. And that's the thing, I will look at flowers, I will look at things and be able to draw and sketch from a very young age. And my sister said, "Oh my God, she's really going to be able to do something." And And all through school, I loved art and design.
Right.
You know, that was my favourite subject. I didn't want to do the boring stuff. I was all the creative
The boring stuff, yeah.
Maths, I failed maths, you know,
yeah.
failed French, failed all of those subjects. Anything art, passed, top of the class.
Yeah.
And so from school, I started working. I went to college and did textiles and fashion, specialised in surface pattern design and knitwear.
Wow.
And it was while I was at college, I started working part-time in a shop called Hobkirk's, which is in Lancashire, and I used to demonstrate and sell sewing and knitting machines. And that was my first foray in it. But while I was there, I set up my own business. I used to design knitwear and sell it to exclusive boutiques. So I set up officially, that was when I left school, 17, 18. 21, I got itchy feet and I was an au pair in Switzerland for about 18 months. But I ended up designing for a boutique in Zurich. I was working with a boutique there. And then when I came back on the plane after 18 months, I thought, okay, it's time, I've got serious now. And at that point, I set up on the Enterprise Allowance scheme with £40 a week from the government because my father had passed away. When I was 17, my father passed away.
I'm sorry.
So my mum was my world. And my mum helped me set up a business at 21. You know, it's all down to my mum. She's my passion. She got me on the path. And I did the knitwear business, and I forayed along and started designing on clothing, and then I moved on to paper and card. Right. So that progression came down to the paper and card, and then I started bringing in all of these other fabulous products as well.
That's amazing. Now I know you're very busy doing shows on TV and doing demonstrations, and there's a lot of prep work that goes into that.
Absolutely.
Do you have any downtime? And if so, what do you do for fun?
Very little downtime. Obviously, I have my partner Al, and I have my dog. I love animals, so I love my little Charlie. He's a Tibetan Terrier, so I love going on walks with him.
Yes.
Love music, love dancing. Can't quite do as much of that nowadays since I've developed a bit of a bad back and knees. That's probably from all the dancing that I did when I was younger, you know.
But catch it up to you.
Yeah, but I live and breathe craft, you know. I'm doing TV shows every week. Do Facebook Lives. I'm working with magazines as well, creating, designing, drawing new collections, coming for the next ones. So I don't get an awful lot of downtime, but if I do, I spend it with my partner and with my dog, and catching up with friends too. Yes. You know, even when I'm sat watching TV at night, I can't sit doing nothing. Yeah. I'll have crystal art, I'll be doing crystal art, or I'll be doing a bit of painting or sewing, or I love obviously sit and knit or embroidering. And
I'm sure you're always like constantly inspired.
Yes,
would you say that they're like, where do you draw your inspiration from, really?
I love nature. I love taking a walk and beautiful flowers and the colours, but also, you know, fashion's great. If you struggle in the colour coordination, we always see whatever comes through in fashion on the high street tends to come through in paper and card. So you will see, you'll see trends on the high street. Now we've seen a lot of llamas lately on the high street, and I'm working on llama collections myself, so it tends to come through. You know,
it just trickles down hard.
Look at the unicorns, you know, unicorns. Everywhere on the high street, paper and card. So fashion is a big influencer, you know. So whatever goes on in Italy and Milan and all those wonderful trends, they do filter down through paper crafting.
That's something I would never have thought of, to keep an eye on those things. But you're right, it does. It all trickles down. Yes.
Your colour palettes, they all come from there.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Dawn, for just sitting with us for just a bit after the broadcast and answering some of our questions. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much. It's been lovely. And thank you very much, Jeanette. You've been a great host too. And thank you to all of you for supporting me, for buying the products, and for watching all of my shows, and also, of course, for shopping at CraftStash. Yes, you can find Dawn Bibby's full range at craftstash.co.uk.